Well, today's project, got a Western Star dump truck. It's got some Sporadic, windshield washer, power port for the cigarette lighter, or power outlet. I don't even think they call them cigarette lighters anymore, and a couple other things. And I've worked on this truck before. I actually worked on last week. Let me show you what I did. So I came out here after hours, and I didn't film it because it was in the middle of the night, but I actually had to take this tank off. But the draw tubes on the other side, the little area, it's about like that on the tank on the other side. They welded it, and it was cracked, so I had to take it off, have it fixed, reinstall it. And I actually had to put the diesel in that tank because their blue tank over here didn't work, or it was actually full, and I didn't have anywhere to put it. And believe it or not, empty 55-gallon drum cost $145 at Lowe's, and I wasn't about to buy 3 of them. I'll sit on the passenger side. I already know what's wrong with this. See, we've got windshield wipers. Now watch this. Once these are on for a little bit, I know it's out that relay. Oh, look, it's there. Nope. There's actually a relay back behind this guy for some reason. Once you have an amp draw on it for a little bit, I think the bad connection is heating up, and then it's causing it to sporadically not come on. Because I reached over, touched that relay. When I did, everything shut off, and I unplugged it, plugged it back in. Now, I worked on this setup one time before, and another shop in the area did some kind of crazy, I don't know what, but they had one of these. You got these little accessory takeoffs, and I don't know what you call them, but I'm going to call them accessory takeoffs. Come out here, and they had jumper wires running from here up to here, from there down to there, and just all kinds of crap going on. So I took it all off, put in some new relays. There's a relay back behind here. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So I'm touching that relay behind. Let's see. When I grab that relay back there and I pull on it, everything dies. Push on it. Now, I told them when this thing happened, I need to spend a lot more time and take the whole dash apart on this to figure out what's going on, because somebody's been in there monkeying something. So I need to pull this off. I need to pull this bolt, this bolt. There's some bolts up there and there. Get that out of the way, get that relay out, and see if I can fix that relay right now. Put it in a different relay holder or the terminals and figure out what's going on. The very first job I did on this truck was come out and fix the battery connections and put an alternator on it. Because the people who put an alternator on before lost one of the bolts on the alternator and didn't replace one of the batteries. Something happened. Anyway, there was a problem. So I went and fixed it in the field. The guys really liked me. They brought it back to the shop. Now, while I was out on a road call, they had another guy at the shop trying to diagnose a parasitic draw. Why is the battery going dead when it's sitting there? Well, instead of actually figuring out what the parasitic draw is, he just installed a battery kill switch. Because that was easier. I don't know why, I didn't agree with it, but I wasn't the one that did the work. See how there's 2 batteries here? This used to be a 3-battery system. There used to be a triple battery setup, apparently. And another shop in the area decided, we can just delete one of those batteries. It'll be fine. No big deal. Why on earth would you delete a battery out of a 3-battery setup on an 18-wheeler? I have no idea, but they did. Now, I need to go restock. I do this every couple of years. I go to a wrecking yard, and I take a little bucket or a little bag with me, and I pull every fuse and every relay out of every single thing that I can. The things that I work on a lot. And then I go up front and I ask the people, hey, how much for this bag of fuses and relays? I will tell you, some places aren't real receptive to it for some reason. I don't know why. I've gone to a couple of wrecking yards, and they wanted to charge me like $2 for every single fuse and every single relay I had. And I was like, no, that's like $300 worth of crap. And so you might want to go to the counter first and tell them what you're up to and ask them how much it's going to cost. Because you go through the trouble of pulling all those like I did, and they quoted me like, I think it was $350 for a bag. I'm like, nah, you can keep them. I just handed them the bag back and just walked out because that's ridiculous. There's some specialty relays out there that they're a lot harder to find, and normally can't find them at a parts store. And I will pull those out of the bag, put them in a customer's vehicle, and if I use them out of my used collection, then I don't charge them for it. But it's an excellent way to have testers. You'll have a couple of dozen of each different relay. If you're questioning a relay, you just swap it out. If you're trying to chase down a circuit that keeps frying fuses, well, you've got like 50 of them that you didn't pay anything for anyway, or hardly anything for. I have talked to some people and they don't like that because, oh, you need a brand new fuse, you need a brand new relay because it's an electronic component, they heat up, there's a life expectancy of them. So it's up to you, your personal taste and flavor. For me, hell, some relays last 20, 25 years and they outlast the vehicle, and most relays do. Most fuses outlast the vehicle, even pulling them out and putting them back in. I'm reusing them. So this is what the relay looks like with the cover off. Obviously y'all can't feel it, but you shake it and I can feel it moving around inside, which isn't that total crazy. You can tell this one's gotten really, really warm. You can see the color difference. All right, moment of truth. Key on, fan running, that runs. So I'm gonna let that run for a second. I'll let that circuit heat up. But see, we've got 3 power outlets, 1 USB, one of the power outlets running that fan, windshield wipers on it. Got all kinds of stuff running on that circuit, and it's not good for it. Really warm. You can see the color difference. Kind of has that bluish tint to it. And that one's loose too. And tell me if you guys like the video quality better, because last week I dropped my phone and destroyed it, and it was a Galaxy S10 Plus, and I upgraded. So this one actually has video stabilization for the selfie mode. So, ooh, it should do a little better video quality. Let me know if you guys notice.